You can already afford exactly what you need. You just don't believe that yet. You're waiting for permission sometimes from the bank account, from the numbers on a screen, from some version of safety. But the thing is, you already have enough. You just might not know how to read the signals calling you toward that which you need. So let's have a look at what's really going on. What causes that tightness around money, that hesitation to spend even when something feels totally right? Well, 3 things do. 1, contraction. So we're going to have a look at what's behind the contraction. 2, what that contraction actually does to you. And 3, how to know for real if you can actually afford something. Not by the number of how many pounds or dollars it's going to cost you, but by a completely different mechanism. And by the end, I'm going to show you how to use that. So what causes the contraction? That fear around spending. It's not just about losing money, is it? We're trying to protect the life that we think that we're supposed to have. We all carry this mental picture of how things are supposed to stay. The job, the house, the lifestyle. And when anything begins to seem like it threatens that, we lock up. We tense up, we grip our money. Not because we're bad with it, but because we're afraid. Afraid of losing what we've built, afraid of things getting worse, afraid of ourselves becoming homeless. But here's the thing, you don't actually know what's best for you and for your life. Trying to hold life in place, it isn't safety, it's control. And control, guess what, is contraction. Can you feel it? It's literally the opposite of trust, and it's the opposite of abundance. So let's have a look at what that contraction does to you, because we've all felt it, haven't we? So here's what that contraction really is. It's a fear of loss. Not just monetary loss, but it's the fear of losing control. It's your system trying to protect the version of life that you currently have, isn't it? The house, the job, the relationship, the routine. Even if it's not ideal, it's familiar. And we get scared that if we let go of anything, it'll all fall apart. So we hold, we tighten, we delay decisions, we overthink everything. And we call that being careful. But it's not. It's fear disguised as logic. And that contraction, it's not just a vague feeling. It's quite physical. It's quite palpable, isn't it? It's that knot in your belly and the weight in your chest, that low hum of anxiety in the background of life that you just can't shake, and all of those anxious thoughts that are happening too. But maybe you felt it so often that it just feels normal now, a bit like background noise. But that's the signal. That's the sign that we're not quite in flow, isn't it? That we're in protection mode, and pretty consistently. This isn't abundance at all, because abundance is in flow. Money is received, money is given out. If there's something contracted trying to hold on to it, there's no flow. Imagine a river with a rock in it. That distorts the flow. That's what the contraction is like. But if that rock gives way, river can flow, no distraction. You see, this is abundance. If there's somebody clenching a tight fist, they're trying to hold on to money, this isn't abundance. Now, when we miss that contraction inside, if we do miss it, we won't be able to set ourselves free from it. So when we don't deal with the root of the contraction, we're reacting, we're bracing for life to go wrong, isn't it? Even if it looks responsible, your whole system is saying, no, contract. I don't like. So then finally, how are we going to set ourselves free? Because that's what's most important, isn't it? So how do we shift this? Well, you have to stop making decisions based on fear. You stop treating your bank account like it gets the final say. And instead, you got to listen for that call, that deep, quiet yes that lives under the noise, the thing that you feel drawn to, even if it doesn't make perfect sense on paper. Now, if you feel genuinely called to something, not from panic, not from scarcity, and specifically not from impulsivity, but from that steady pull, that easy graciousness inside of your system, that little twinge of excitement, then you can afford it. That's the signal, not the number on the screen, not the budget, the feeling, that internal come to me kind of vibe that you feel when you're in alignment with yourself and you're called to do something in the external world. And when you follow that feeling, the one that's grounded, that's clear, that's calm, you're no longer spending for safety or not spending to try and keep yourself safe. You're spending from truth. And truth is always abundant because truth is universal. It's in every being. It's the one universal energetic field that connects every being in this universe. That's what truth is. Because if it's true for one, it's got to be true for them all. Then look out into the world at a watermelon. You plant one watermelon and you get how many seeds? The nature of life is abundance. And then how many melons can you create with that? See, but our abundance is really in the state of being that we are, the truth of life. And so I'm not asking you to give up on the life that you think you want. It's about making sure the life that you really want is actually yours, not just some fantasy version that we're trying to protect because we think it's our best option. But the truth is, you can have the life you want, but it has to be built on something real. And sometimes that means letting go of the version that you imagined so that the one that's actually meant for you can come through. And that's the beginning of a sacred adventure between you and life. Now, that's what we're going to explore in the next video. How to let go of the fantasy without giving up the dream. Because trust me, the real stuff is way much better than the fantasy.